Hi folks, Niamh Connolly here from themindgym.ie. I'm a CBT therapist based in Dungarvan. I've been working here for about 10 years and since the summer I've gone completely online because of COVID. So I was delighted to be asked by Jenny and the team at West Waterford Chamber to contribute to this wellness toolkit. I think it's a fantastic idea, as well as trying to protect our physical health during a pandemic. It's really important that we try and protect our mental health as well, because they're two sides of the same coin. I've been in practice in Dungarvan for about 10 years now, and I just wanted to share a couple of tips that I think, if you practice them and keep them in mind, will help us all get through the next few months. There's a lot of uncertainty, which as humans, we love routine, we love to know what's coming next. So the uncertainty and the unfamiliarity of all of, levels and changes really can throw us kind of off kilter. So by following some of these steps, that will help counteract the stress and strain of the moment, particularly for everyone in the business community. The first thing I would suggest that we all do is chunk. So divide up tasks, keep things small and simple. We can feel overwhelmed when there's lots and lots of things to be done or lots and lots of things to think about. And it can put our brain into freeze mode. We all know fight or flight, but we might not be as familiar with freeze. We just go, oh, it's too much, I can't do it. We can kind of put our head in the sand. So by chunking either things to do or thinking ahead, by just keeping it to one thing at a time, that can make things easier to deal with, and it also keeps us in the present moment, just thinking about what we're doing right now, rather than what if, and if I do that, and then what else. And our minds can run away with themselves when we're stressed and anxious. So by just focusing on one thing and keeping it simple, that can help us manage even things that seem overwhelming. So the number one thing is to chunk. The second thing I would suggest is that if you're struggling, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that you ask for help. Please don't struggle on your own. There's loads and loads of resources, whether it's through the chamber or other statutory bodies, friends, family, colleagues, other people in the business community. In times of difficulty, we really pull together. And asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're trying to get by, you're trying to improve your situation, you're trying to manage a really difficult situation. If you thought that one of your friends or family were struggling and they didn't ask for help, how would you feel? So please don't be ashamed to ask for help. Reach out, and that can help form connections in times of crisis like we're in at the moment, and where we're being asked to keep away from people and to physically separate, we can feel disconnected. But when we reach out and say, put a post up on Facebook or something, say, look, I'm having difficulty with something, or can somebody help? People want to help. And that can form a connection, and you can feel like you're in, we're all in this together. So it forms bonds when we ask for help. The other thing to ask is, does anybody need help? If you are in a reasonably good situation, if your business has been kept going through COVID, maybe reach out and check in on other colleagues or people in the same business as yourself, or within friends and family, and ask them, how are they doing? Is there anything that you can do to help? And again, that forms a sense of connection, which will help override this isolation that lots of us are facing at the moment. Reaching out, offering help or receiving help are both shown to protect our well-being and to boost mood through that feeling of connection and doing something good, doing something for others. Also, when we're doing good for others, we're more inclined to follow along with the difficult guidelines. Social psychology has proven that when we're asked to help others rather than helping ourselves, we're more inclined to do things that are difficult. Like the wearing the masks, like the sticking to all the guidelines, like cancelling events, or like not mixing with as many people as we would like to do. So those asks are really important. Ask for help, ask if anyone needs help. The third thing then that I would suggest is look for the good. When we're in situations of real difficulty and stress and struggle, our primitive brain kind of shuts down, it zones in on very narrow fields of information. black or white, is this good or bad? And it doesn't see the kind of finer detail. So by stepping back from the situation, saying, okay, yes, this is really difficult and I'm really struggling, but there is good in this picture too. There are people who are willing to help, like putting together this toolkit, look at the bigger picture, the medics, the frontline workers, all the business people who've kept going in retail. You're the people who have kept the country running basically over the last 6 months. Doctors and nurses, paramedics, there's such good out there. So many people want to help. And if we focus on that, that will reassure us. It will remind us of our strength and our goodness. And that looking for the good helps us in times of really challenging circumstances. It keeps balance and perspective. We're not denying that the situation is difficult. It's not about suppressing negative feelings, but it's about keeping balance. So even though this is really hard right now, there are good people out there, there are supports out there that will help, or I can help somebody else. We will get through this together. The fourth and final piece that I would ask everyone to think about is your mood. There are 3 things that have been clinically proven with scientific evidence behind to protect our mood. And the nice little acronym is ACE. So a sense of achievement, a sense of connection, and a sense of enjoyment. Those 3 things are really important to keep in our day or over the course of our week. So if you have done something from chunk, remember number 1, if you've done something from your list, remember to appreciate it, to say to yourself, well done, because if you're not getting a sense of achievement from the things that you're doing, no matter what you do, it won't feel enough. So look back maybe at the end of every day and think about, okay, what did I get through today? Even if it's very little and you're struggling, maybe you just got up and did some bookkeeping, or maybe you just rang a friend, or maybe you just went for a walk. Allow yourself to feel that sense of achievement. That is really important in terms of mental health. The second piece is connection. So are you connecting with people? If you can't do it physically, are you doing it virtually? Are you talking? Are you chatting? Are you keeping in touch with friends and family, even if you can't be with them physically? So that sense of connection. We're social beings. We're built for connection. We babble as children, whether we're deaf or hearing. So that speech and want to communicate is built into us. It's inherent. So that sense of connection is really important. And it's one of the things that's taken a hammering, I think, through COVID. So it's really important then that you think about your day and your week. Who have I connected with? Who have I been in contact with? Have I had any chats? Have I spoken meaningfully to anybody? So keep an eye on that and just make sure that there's connection there. The third piece then of the ACE, an acronym, is enjoyment. Is there pleasure? Is there a bit of fun in your day or your week? And at the moment, it may not seem like it is, but we can still keep it small. A movie night, snuggle up, light the fire, hot chocolate. Small things can become much more meaningful, and we can really pay attention to what matters. If I just have my family around me and we're healthy and managing, I can get a sense of enjoyment from that. Small things, again, it's like the chunk, can become what we may have kind of passed over or brushed off in the busyness of life pre-COVID. Now, I think we're becoming more aware of the things that really matter, and something that might not have been as big a deal as just watching a movie can now bring a better sense of enjoyment. So think of achievement, connection, enjoyment over the course of your day or your week. And all of those will help protect mood. The other piece of that helps with mood is movement. So make sure exercise and physical movement doesn't have to be like a workout, a walk up and down the stairs, yoga, stretching, really, really important. And again, there's an awful lot of scientifically proven evidence that movement helps protect mood. It's not going to fix mood if you're in a low mood, but between ACEs and movement and doing the other pieces, that should all help protect our mood, which is, let's face it, vulnerable at the moment. We're facing into a long and challenging winter, so we need to mind our minds. We need to protect our moods. So ACE, achievement, connection, enjoyment, and then movement of some sort. Boost those, feel good hormones. It's free, it's easy to do. You don't need gym equipment. A good brisk walk can help raise your mood. So if you regularly apply that, that should help. So those are 4 tips I've given overall. So chunk, ask for help, look for the helpers, and mind your mood. CALM, calm. So in the face of adversity, it's really important that we stay calm. And if you follow those 4 tips, that will really help. As well as that, I have 2 sets of resources that I will send to Jenny over in the chamber. One is a set of daily check-ins. There's some information there on a sheet, and there's a nice little tracker there that will help if your mood is a bit all over the place. That will help. There's some really nice questions and answers in there that will help with that, and you can track and keep an eye on your mood. The other resource that I will send is about routine. There's links into all the different areas. There's menu planners, information on exercise. Really useful, simple. It'll be in your inbox. You can click in really easily. So those 2 sets of resources might help anybody over the next couple of months. There's some nice things to do, and another planner. Sometimes, again, writing down can be really helpful. So I'll send those on to Jenny. If you have any other questions, or if I can help in any other way, please email me, niamh@themindgym.ie. Unfortunately, I am completely full for one-to-one sessions, stretching into next year. But if I can do anything to help anyone in a group setting, a corporate business type thing, let me know, and I would be delighted to help. But all of the tips that I've just given should do. CALM, chunk, ask for help, look for the good, and mind your mood. Best of luck, everyone, over the next few months. Take care.